the Qadiani movement. There are at this moment in time 30 million Qadianis worldwide. 4 million in Pakistan and approximately 30,000 Qadianis here in the United Kingdom. And the fitna is rife at this moment in time. Just to give you an example, Dunfermline, Maulana Rumi Ghafoor Sahib Qibla are here, 45 minutes from Edinburgh. When I went to deliver a workshop there 2 years ago, the chairman of the masjid said to me, Imam Sahib, you've advertised that you're going to speak upon Aqidah Khatme Nabuwwat. What's the delay? I said, don't worry, inshallah, we'll speak upon it. He said, no, with respect, start now. This was about an hour or so into the 4-hour workshop. Muhtam Ijasa. So I asked the chairman of the masjid that what seems to be the problem? Why are you so insistent? And he responded by saying that Imam Sahib, the Qadianis have opened a center here in Dunfermline, or just on the outskirts of Dunfermline. Or Zyada Khatranak was what he said next. He said, some of our Sunni youngsters are going there and offering their salah. And he said that nobody else seems to be tackling this issue and problem in relation to the fitna of the Qadian and bil khusus in relation to Aqidah Khatme Nabuwwat. And he said, this is one of the reasons why we called you, because you don't seem to shy away from speaking about these issues. So the problem is real and it can't be ignored. Therefore we have to work together, collectively, support one another in the good that is happening. Varna, we will lose another generation of young Muslims in particular to these challenges and problems, and in particular to the rise of Qadianism. Some of you may be aware that alhamdulillah, over the last several months, Faqir has been traveling up and down the country, delivering free workshops in masajid on Aqidah Khatme Nabuwwat. Alhamdulillah, we delivered 28 workshops in the last 3 months alone. And the 29th workshop is this evening in Middlesbrough at Jamia Masjid Al-Madina. Hence why I can't be here for the Julus. Chote Aziz Imam Asim Sahib inshallah will be here a little bit later, but upon Hazrat Allama Sahibzada Anwarul Haq Qadri Sahib Maddazillahul Ali's dawat, and upon their insistence, I thought I'll make an appearance just before I need to go to Ashton. So you'll be happy to hear that we've distributed 2,500 books on Aqidah Khatme Nabuwwat. And on the 7th of September, at the beginning of this month, we held a historical Alami Tajdare Khatme Nabuwwat conference at the Royal Nawab in Perivale, London, where over 20 ulama of the Ahl Sunnati wal Jama'ah united on one stage. Al-Jama'atu Rahmatun wal Furqatu Adabun. Nabi Sallallahu said that in union there is mercy, in disunion there is adab and punishment. So our objective was to come and give our youngsters this tasalli and confidence that the scholars of the Ahl Sunnati wal Jama'ah, those who are upon haqq, no doubt they can stand shoulder to shoulder against the common enemy. And over 800 people traveled from around the country and attended this historical conference on the 7th of September. Why the 7th of September? Some of you may be aware, and if you're not, I'm going to tell you. It was on the 7th of September in 1974 that the then government of Pakistan, led by Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, declared Mirza Ghulam Qadiani and all those who follow him, the Qadiani and Mirzai cult, as disbelievers and kuffar. And bil khusus, these efforts were led by Qaid Millat Islamiyya Hazrat Allama Shah Ahmad Nurani Siddiqui Rahmatullahi Ta'ala alayhi. And Mujahid Ahl Sunnat, Hazrat Allama Abdul Sattar Khan Niyazi Rahmatullahi Ta'ala alayhi. Our youngsters should know that when it has come to defending Aqidah Khatme Nabuwwat throughout the ages, all those who have been on the front line have been from the Ahl Sunnati wal Jama'ah. और वो सब हमारे हैं. हजरत आला पीर सैयद मेहर अली शाह हमारे हैं. आला हजरत इमाम अहले सुन्नत मुजद्दिद दीन और मिल्लत हमारे हैं. कायद मिल्लत इस्लामिया हमारे हैं. और मुजाहिद अहले सुन्नत कल ही लग गया मशक है. मुजाहिद अहले सुन्नत. और इसी तरीके से अमीर मुजाहिदीन अल्लामा खादिम हुसैन रिजवी हमारे हैं. And Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala allowed to continue being united, working together against the common enemies, and to deal with these challenges and problems and issues without any fear, because this is our freedom of speech. They very quickly at this moment in time, Qadianis at a government level, they are trying to get this law passed that it will be classed as hate crime, or it would be derogatory to refer to them as Mirzai or Qadianis. They want to be only known as Ahmadis. Reality is that they are not Ahmadis. We are true Ahmadis. We are true Ahmadis. Like if you were to ask where Akhri Nukta has just got one hand on his watch. Akhri Nukta. But if you were to ask our youngsters in particular, Amatul Nas, that aapka aqidah hai that Nabi Islam is the last and final messenger and prophet of Allah, and no other messenger and prophet will come after him. Ye aapka da'wah hai. Lekin dalail pesh karo. Ye qaida hai na Rashidiyya mein, ad-da'wah bila dalilin ghayru masmu'in. A principle that is mentioned in the books of debate, that a claim without any proof or evidence is not listened to. So if you were to ask the public, just like having yaqeen and having the utmost confidence in Aqidah Khatme Nabuwwat is lazim upon me, it is also lazim upon you as well. Lekin Aqidah isn't just by way of aqwal and qawl. Aqidah must be by way of dalail and by way of evidences and proofs as well. So if you were to do a survey of those who are in attendance, if you were to do a survey of the 120,000 Muslims here in Bradford, most of them won't have the proofs and evidences to establish this aqidah. This is why, in order to make it easy for our youngsters, we have produced this leaflet in addition to the book that we've written recently. And in this leaflet we mention very clearly what is Aqidah Khatme Nabuwwat, the evidence from the Quran which establishes this belief, bil khusus the ayat ma kana Muhammadun aba ahadin min rijalikum walakin Rasulullahi wa khataman nabiyyin wa kana Allahu bi kulli shay'in alima. And we've also gathered here 5 ahadith mutawatira in relation to Aqidah Khatme Nabuwwat, and 10 blasphemous kufriya statements and ibarat of Mirza Ghulam Qadiani. So my gift to you on this occasion, parting gift, as I've already mentioned, is that I want the youngsters here to take these leaflets with them. Ijazat hai? You know, bazi piya hai jo jitu sab kyun takseem kite. Ijazat hai na? So young man, if you distribute this amongst the youngsters, leave one with me. सिर्फ और सिर्फ उसूल बरकत के लिए एक हदीस शरीफ पेश करने का तवज्जो है ना. एक हदीस शरीफ बुखारी शरीफ की रिवायत. Some of you no doubt would have heard this narration before. This hadith sharif, hadith number 3575 in Sahih Bukhari, that Sayyidina Abu Hurairah radiyallahu ta'ala narrates that Nabi Karim Rasul Khatam al-Nabiyyin said that the example of me and the prophets before me is such that a person built a very beautiful house. However, in one corner he left the space for one final brick. People will enter the house. They will wander around the house. And then they will come to that space where that one final brick is missing. And then they will say, why has there not been a brick placed here? Nabi Islam said, Ana labinatu wa ana khatamun nabiyyin. Nabi Islam said, I am that final brick and I am the seal of the prophets. So Nabi Islam himself doing gawahi upon his Khatme Nabuwwat. Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala keep us qaim and daim upon Aqidah Khatme Nabuwwat. एक नारा ला रहा है, नारे तकबीर, भूख ठंडे लोगों यार, नारे तकबीर, नारे रिसालत, नारे तहकीक, नारे हैदरी, ताजदारे खत्मे नबूवत, सीना खोली ताजदारे खत्मे नबूवत, जिंदाबाद ताजदारे खत्मे नबूवत, जिंदाबाद लब्बैक 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 या रसूल अल्लाह लब्बैक। ये सियासी नारा नहीं, ये ईमानी नारा है। लब्बैक 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 या रसूल अल्लाह, लब्बैक या रसूल अल्लाह व मा अलैना इल्ला अल बलागुल मुबीन।